pissed off? You're damn right I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off what has become of my country. I'm pissed off at the lying and the cheating and the greed and the games and the hatred and the paranoia and the holier-than-thou Christian rhetoric that I hear on every goddamn radio station. I'm pissed off at Bush and Dick and every last one of those pundit assholes shitting all over my Constitution, shitting on the First Amendment, shitting on the Second Amendment, shitting all over the Bill of Rights. You're damn right I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off at the rich fucking the poor and blaming them for it. I'm pissed off at neoconservative Republican assholes who don't give a damn about anyone else but themselves. Put any one of those pieces of shit in the situations they criticize, and they cry like the little bitches they are. I'm pissed off at breathing crappy air and drinking crappy water, and watching my forest chopped down in the name of progress, and then being attacked when I say something about it. Be silent, I'm too pissed off for silence. They're the ones who need to shut the fuck up, and I'm here to do it for them. Pissed off? Damn right I'm pissed off.
Lies. You lied your way into office with a committee of collaborators, co-conspirators, brothers, and fathers. Lies. You lied your way into war for personal gain, corporate gain, or maybe even vengeance. What's the difference? Lies. Where were you when we needed you? On your ranch or in a second grade classroom? Maybe you were in church or in rehab. Was it a Sunday? You're lucky we're a country that's used to lies, used to being fucked as long as we're morally right. Morals? How about a preemptive war on a helpless nation, stirring a nest of bees that will haunt us for generations? Thank you for your lies, and most importantly, thank you for your fucking morals.
Isn't it funny how Walker Bush money has been tied to oil and arms deals for 4 generations, and now we're waging war on top of the second largest oil cache on the planet?
Fact.
What do you think causes a narrative payoff like that? You think it's democracy? What they market creates the world. They sell a war the same way they sell a bottle of vitamins. They sell an inept leader the same way they sell an action figure. They sell a fixed election like they would a bag of crack. The paleo right are mindless marketing machines. They're cogs in dynastic chains of wealth. Power has its own physics, and this physics has imprisoned them. Walker Bush money is so far removed from an honest day's work in a collective environment that egalitarian concepts defy the thought space of the entire family line. Walker Bush money poorly defines equality, democracy, conservatism, patriotism, Christianity, honesty, intellectual curiosity, and morality. Fortunately, balance is the way of things. The universe is flexing to the left. This administration has dragged to the surface the latent racism, classism, sexism, homophobia, and hypocrisy of a social experiment still very much in the making known as America. We are breathing in new ideas. The collective progressive tendency of the nation and the species is becoming stronger. Evolution is a rising helix. Perhaps one day there will be no one who believes in the end of days. Those of us in the choral rock and roll choir paradigm are hopeful, but nervous. Like the paleo-conservatives, we too have an Armageddon story. We believe that the species is in the midst of a process that might ultimately allow the madness of our aggregate mind to overtake its rational side. We believe that if this happens, the biomass will be torn apart by its own obsessions before it has an opportunity to improve. This will mean that for all our grandeur, we were never any different than the moth to the flame. Those of us in the choral rock and roll choir paradigm don't believe that if this day comes it will end in glory if we only abstain from life. Rather than harboring the toxic delusion that the Holocaust is inevitable and ultimately rewarding, we have the audacity to believe it can be avoided.
Fact.
It will take deeper thought than 4 generations in a wealth bubble can muster. The choral rock and roll choir paradigm cries out for a new kind of global leadership. What we market creates the world. I've chosen to market the rational modern mind. I've chosen to market inclusive spirituality. I've chosen to market ethics. I've chosen to market a far more complex understanding of the holistic nature of the construct itself, dig? I've chosen the freedom brings struggle. And I shall market all those who oppose that agenda right the fuck out of office. Can I get an amen? Clap, clap. Can I get an amen? Clap, clap. Can I get an amen?
Lies.
Fact. In 2000, Bush & Company paid Database Technologies $2.3 million to remove 57,700 names from Florida's voter rolls on the grounds that they were felons, when really at least 90% of them were innocent of any crime. Bush & Company got Congress to pass the Help America Vote Act, which orders states to buy unreliable computerized voting machines and requires states to computerize their voter rolls. No paper trails. Fact. Bush & Company pulled out of the Kyoto Treaty, which would have helped protect us from global warming. The Clean Air Act allows power plants to emit enormous quantities of sulfur, mercury, and nitrogen pollutants. Oil companies invested $108 million to Republicans and got $30 billion in taxpayer subsidies. Fact. Iraq has 115 billion barrels of oil reserves. Iraq knows the U.S. is there for money and power, and they didn't just forget that the embargoes killed over 1.5 million people. Fact. By giving $44 million to the Republicans loans. Drug companies receive an estimated $139 billion in additional profits thanks to Georgia's Medicare bill. Fact, Bush & Company gave a $50,000 tax cut to everyone making more than $1 million a year. Most everyone else gets $350. Meanwhile, George & Company are setting record levels of spending on weapons and corporate subsidies despite the recession, which means less money for any program that puts people before corporate profit. Fact, 20 years ago, 50 companies controlled the media. Now only 5 control what most Americans see, and Bush and the FCC just helped increase their power some more. Fact, if you want to know where Bush & Company are leading us, look up the word fascism in the dictionary.